baddies. Today we are at the Letchworth State Park, and as you guys can see behind me, that is the Genesee Arch Bridge, part of the Letchworth State Park. And as you guys can also probably hear through the audio, there are a couple waterfalls behind me too, so it's kind of like relaxing rain sounds, but natural. And Letchworth Park is actually sometimes called also the Grand Canyon of the East, not yeast, not the cooking ingredient. But yeah, let's go exploring. So between me and these wooden tree trunks, there is a waterfall. Actually, there are two waterfalls, actually. You guys can see there's like a little rainbow there, and there's like a bunch of ridges in the rock, which I think is pretty cool. But it's really cold out here, bro. My North Carolinian bones cannot take this New York weather, like at all. Oh my God, it's like, what? Like 38 degrees? And that might not seem like very low for some of you guys, but in NC these days, the lowest you get is like 54, so. Behind me, you guys can see, it's a rainbow! Oh my gosh. It's like a constant rainbow generated by the fog of these falls. These are the Letchworth State Park Upper Falls, and then there's these middle falls and the downstream falls. And the further you go down, you see the middle falls and the downstream falls, which is usually how height differences work. So yeah, we're gonna go see those three falls today. So we've come down the trail a bit. There's basically only one trail, but we've gone down the trail, and as you guys can see, we're now basically at the base of the waterfall. From here, you guys can see the waterfall a lot better, and you guys probably can't really see it via the camera, but it's kind of raining water vapor on us. You can't really tell, but it's like little snowflakes. So this is the Middle Falls. We just followed the trail for a bit longer and we came down here. The Middle Falls is actually the biggest of all three of the falls. So as you guys can see, the rain has gotten a lot more substantial here, simply because we've gotten closer to the waterfall and you can actually kind of feel the rain now. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. You can see it remotely in the sunlight, not really. And I don't think you guys can see it on camera, but it feels nice. Except this is in the middle of winter, so it's really, really cold. Oh my gosh. As you guys can or cannot see behind me, there are lots of rocks. And just like, even though it is called the Grand Canyon of the East, I'll give that it, But just like the Grand Canyon, it has been eroded down with many years of erosion from the waterfalls. Where else would they get water? But unlike the Grand Canyon, the water is still there. So as you guys can see, there are layers and layers and layers upon rocks. Some of it is kind of masked over because there's moss growing on it. But besides that, it looks pretty cool. It looks like something a rock collector might want, except I wouldn't recommend risking your life for it. Behind me, we have a stone bridge, but this is not just any stone bridge. This is one of the park's most famous and oldest stone bridges. As you guys can maybe tell via the quality of the stones. I'm no stone expert, but as you guys can see, it's rather eroded and it's very old. It's just very old. So it's a cool stone bridge. We just walked across it. That was fun. So you guys all know that this place is called the Letchworth State Park. But have you ever wondered why it's called Letchworth? And this sounds like the inspo to one of my math videos, but we're not talking about that. Anyway, so as you guys can see behind me, this was William Letchworth, aka the person who basically donated this entire place, which was originally his estate, to the government so that it could remain as an inspiration. The falls, including the waterfalls. So he originally actually owned the land with the waterfalls on it. But he ended up donating it to the government so that other people could see it as well. And behind me is his original house, which he also ended up donating to the government. So it's a very nice little mini yellow-green mansion. Love the color scheme. It's nice and old-fashioned. And yeah, nice guy. Over here, this guy, that's William Letchworth. He is also the person who donated this park to the New York State in 1907. Before he came along, everybody was like, oh, well, these falls are nice, but we need them for like electricity, water power, that kind of stuff. But he ended up coming here in 1858 or 59 and began to restore the land back to its natural beauty. And then he donated it to the New York State. And upon his death in 1910, the Letchworth State Park was created, which is where we are right now. These are the lower falls, also the last and smallest of the three falls. As you guys can see, it's behind me in the distance. Even though it is the smallest, it is still very pretty. And as you guys can see, is still substantially, the ratio to the falls is still uncomparable. So yeah, third fall, the lower falls. So behind me, as you guys can see, there are still so many things you can see in the park. In the New York, there are these brook trout, there's beavers, there's an extinct sea scorpion, sugar maples, roses, but since we're basically here in the winter already, we don't have much time to go find them, and the sun is already about to set. So that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye!